Now, let's be clear. You made the point, and I think it's a good one, Dana. There are issues in this country that ought to be addressed. And there have been real problems in this country of division, and racism is real. Let's not kid ourselves. I think we've come a long way since the time when I was a little kid growing up in the South. But all that said, if you want to change something, you need to ask yourself, is the manner in which I'm going about it going to change it? Let's look at two different people. Martin Luther King Jr. used nonviolence, and he used his Christian faith to shame people into realizing he was right. 40, 50 years after the civil rights experience of the 60s, does anybody celebrate Bull Connor? Are there any streets named after him, even in the South? Absolutely not. But every city in America, including every city in the South, has a street named for Martin Luther King. Why? Because he understood the power of getting his message across.
And was so effective. I'm curious about one thing, because believe it or not, there's actually some bipartisan agreement and a conservative side to the movement for criminal justice reform, where you could actually see both sides coming together and conservatives agreeing that something needs to be done. Do you think that Attorney General Jeff Sessions, under President Trump's advisement, should go forward and try to get something done on that to actually advance a policy issue?
Absolutely, and this is a great area where it can be done. In fact, I just signed on to be a part of the group to bring ideas for criminal justice reform, because I saw it in my own home state as governor. A kid who's black, who has a terrible attorney, he has a small amount of marijuana, he goes and does 7 years. An upper middle class white kid, his dad gets him a good attorney, he gets off, maybe probation, gets his record expunged, he goes on to college and becomes a lawyer, maybe a member of Congress. Dana, that's not right. And everybody knows it's not right. So, yeah, we need to fix those things, and we cannot incarcerate ourselves out of the crime problem that we face in our cities.
Right, and I think President Trump and the Republican Congress could work with many members on the other side of the aisle to try to get it done and to get it done quickly. And I think if people saw movement on that, they would be less likely to want to take over and use football, for example, as a place for social justice issues.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, well,
couldn't agree more. And I think that's why Donald Trump has the ability to do that. This is like Nixon goes to China.
Right.
If Trump
he wants to,
does something brilliant like that, it would be an amazing moment for Donald Trump in his presidency.
It is absolutely there for him to lead on it, and I think they could get it done. And, of course, now you're on the board, so you can help as well. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Dana.